What is up, you guys? Welcome back to AfterBuzz TV's After Show for Good Trouble. Today we're going to be recapping the episode titled Imposter, playing an innocent, fun little game of Have You Been Good or Trouble? And of course, as always, we have a very special guest, so stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to AfterBuzz TV. We are so excited to be here recapping Season 1, Episode 6 of Good Trouble, titled Imposter. And of course, as always, we have a very special guest. She has starred in Lincoln Heights, a new and upcoming show titled In the Dark. And of course, she plays Sandra Thompson in our favorite show, Good Trouble. Please welcome the lovely Nicki Micheaux. How are you?
Yay. I'm good. Thanks for having me. Yay. Woo.
Yay! We are so excited
Thank
you're
you
here.
for having me.
Ooh, I like that. We love your character, and it's just such an important storyline. And we just, every week when we're watching, we're just so excited to see what's going to happen. And it's really a show that really keeps you on your toes. And you guys, I say it every week, but you guys talk about topics most people are too afraid to talk about.
Oh, God, yeah.
So thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm joined by my other lovely co-host, the unapologetic Chae Jones,
Hey guys, I am still here. I'm alive.
and the intelligent and well-informed Taylor Gates.
Gosh, thank you so much. What an introduction.
I know.
Right?
Intelligent and well-informed.
Yes, wow. I feel so
love it, yeah.
honored.
I feel like I got cheated. I got cheated a little bit.
And I am your host, Dakota T. Jones. Thank you again for joining us. So tonight we're going to be recapping the episode, playing a game. Then we have a special segment called This Girl is Dope, where we highlight a woman in the tech world or politics who is killing the game and deserves major props and recognition. And of course, we have some questions for you, Nicki. And
okay.
predictions, which I know you can't really predict with
Predictions.
us.
No.
But you can listen. You can listen to our predictions.
Where's the magic 8 ball? Sorry.
That'd be a very to stay impartial. That'd be great. So let's kind of recap this episode, and then we're going to get in talking about your character and what's happened in the
Sure.
past few episodes. So this episode, there was a lot that was going on. Speculate there was a party, the 5th anniversary, which was a funny costume party, nerdy costume party, which was fun. But Evan finally kind of opens up to Mariana and can kind of like see that he's at least interested in being her friend. We don't know if he wants anything more or less than that, but we just finally see them talking, which is interesting because it's always been very weird interactions with them in the past. So I was happy to see them kind of start off on a good foot, but there's also the other storyline with Raj and Mariana. Raj is kind of putting the feelers out there, and Mariana's quickly realizing, oh, he wants more than just a friendship, and she kind of feels like he was just using her this whole time and making her feel good about herself just to use her. So what were your thoughts on that?
For me, I just wanted to be like, Raj, speak up. Use your voice. You have one, right? It's there. And you're just staring. I mean, you could have tried to defend yourself. I feel a little bit because you did have feelings for her before. It wasn't you're not using her. And you need to make her realize that. Otherwise, she's just going to just keep thinking that you're just like Alex. And that's not a good thing to be.
Yeah, he's
Similar
nothing
to-
like Alex.
Like, he's nothing like Alex.
Yeah.
I just want you to use your voice. It's saying Little Mermaid, babe. Use your voice.
I said the Little Mermaid, babe, is such a great tagline for
Where
him.
is your voice?
Like, Ursula didn't take it, right? It's not Alex, so just come on, speak some nice words.
I feel like Ursula is taking your
Mariana's a
voice.
whole lot of
really,
woman for
man, I'm
Raj.
trying so hard,
Yeah.
guys. I'm working on it, but I'm here, right? So that's all that matters.
Yes. What were you saying?
Oh, nothing.
Oh. Mariana,
yeah, I just
Mariana
feel-
ripped him a new one, though.
She
Yes.
did, and I think that she, like you said, because he didn't speak up, she had a right to do that. But I feel bad for Raj because I don't think his intentions are bad, and I think he genuinely sort of misread the situation a little bit. And so, poor guy. And I don't say
Isn't
that a
the
lot, but
worst?
poor guy. You
Just
know.
you make a move, and then you get shot down like that with a coworker. You know,
that?
who you have to come back and see the next day.
That's why I just never make moves, so I don't have that problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem. I don't have to worry about the anxiety, the stress, turmoil,
Not sure
confusion.
that's the moral of the story.
Turmoil, confusion, hell, torture. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't.
Yeah, I won't return my calls. Where are you? You know?
And then you gotta see them. Just swipe right. Keep it online. Keep
right.
it nice and anonymous.
Right. I love that.
No, I think it's just unfortunate because I think Raj has liked her for a long time.
Right.
Yes.
At least it seemed to me that he kind of clearly liked her, so maybe she didn't notice. But so it's unfortunate that that didn't go very well.
I know.
Yeah.
I think they'll patch things up though. I feel like because
so.
I mean
I don't know. Do you think Raj is her type?
I don't know. I think Mariana's type's a little bit all over the place.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
She was in love with Gael. Raj, Gael.
Yeah, but she dated Matt and
I'm
the
sorry,
Fosters.
but
If we're
Raj-
going way back
Raj
and
is
Zach and the
hot.
Fosters.
Like, I was in a nerdy way, he's super hot and I'm into it.
But he's really nice too,
Yeah,
which is a good thing. That's
Right.
what, I
It's a
mean, I'm
great
saying that
thing,
as a good
right?
thing.
I was like,
She's like, but he's
wait.
nice.
I
We can't
meant
have
that as a good thing.
Wait, no, seriously.
Like, that didn't seem
like,
to
my
go
face
over
kind of just
well.
like, I don't know how to respond to this.
Nice is good.
Nice is great. I feel like she needs that in her life. She needs a nice guy and to actually figure out the difference. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
does
she
she
has to figure out that difference.
Yeah.
Is she the type of girl that seems like she likes the bad guys?
A little bit,
Yeah.
but she's had. I mean, going way back to the Fosters, which was like when she was in high school, like a sophomore. I mean,
Yeah.
she dated Zach for a little bit, or was kind of had a fling with Zach, who was like a little theater nerd kid. So like her type is kind of all over the place. I feel like, to
Right.
be honest,
Yeah.
like Mariana just feels what she feels, and that's.
But I don't know. I mean, it would probably be really dicey for her to date someone at work.
Yeah.
Work relationships are complicated.
Well, just already with the dynamics and her trying to step out and be heard and have a voice, and then you start sleeping with someone on the team.
Right.
Somebody else's team, different conversation.
Maybe someone else's team, but
Just
Right. Maybe. But this is the same team.
but actually, when you think about it that way, and Raj makes a move on her like that, and they are on the same team. I mean, that's kind of. That can be considered kind of taking advantage of a situation.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely. It makes it very tricky because they're supposed to be developing this like secret social network that's supposed to beat out Facebook.
Yeah.
And if they're all not on the same page and if it's awkward between
Exactly.
them, it's not going to help the cause.
I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. It's not going to work. So then you're going to risk your brand new fancy. Stop.
No thanks.
Get out of here. What are you talking about? Like, no.
Yeah. As a scholar once said, thank you next.
wow.
That's what we're gonna call a scholar. Okay, that's
Thank
what I
you.
was gonna
Next.
say.
No, not you. Someone else on someone else's team. What?
Right.
A scholar said that. However, I feel like because of this, I feel like Rod just needs to, he need to bide his time a little bit more. So she could realize I'm not, trying to take advantage of you. I really do enjoy your company, your friendship.
Nah, man, you
We
can't
can
be-
lead to some more, but after the social network thing's
No.
out,
No.
she's like, no.
No, you can't be. They're on the same team. It's just way too intimate. I mean,
Yeah.
they're on the same team. Even if they were to be good as a couple, one bad fight and then you bring that is just there's a lot of men out there.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's only 3 on your team and you got to have that. I mean, no, it just seems so ripe for problems.
Honestly, I thank you for this perspective because we're all so hopeless romantics. Feeling like it's so cute, but you're right.
But
Rationally, you're correct.
But who wants to think rationally?
Rationally has nothing to do with love.
Well, I mean, you hear about these stories of co-stars dating, and then maybe they don't get that sequel because they dated for a while and they're not talking
What
anymore.
sequel? What are we talking
I'm
about?
saying in the acting world, let's say it's not smart for co-stars to start dating because then sometimes the sequels
all
can
do.
get canceled because they don't work together well afterwards. You know what I'm saying? It was just a parallel. You're like, nope, date my co-stars all the time.
No, actually I don't. But but I don't know. I just think it's different mostly because this is such a big opportunity for her. And she's doing really well and she's already having so much trouble getting out there that it just seems like you'd just be complicating it. That's all. I'm not saying I have no general comments about work relationships. Only Mariana and Raj.
There you go. Okay.
Be very specific.
Right. Okay. Absolutely.
People can date their co-stars or not,
Right.
whatever.
You're impartial on that. Let's talk about Callie, because Callie is finally coming clean and being honest with Judge Wilson for the most part. She doesn't tell him that it's like a communal living situation. That's how she knows Malika. She just says that Malika lives in her building and she has interacted with her before, and she wanted it on the record because she knew that moving forward that had to be addressed.
Do you think she should have told him?
Yes.
Yes, because Ben was about to just be, what's up?
Yeah.
What you don't know is.
And he respects honesty. We've seen even at the dinner when she didn't, say the name that his wife threw out at her. He really respects people who are truthful and not trying to cut corners and doing the hard thing when it's right. And I think that Callie's history with that is not always great. Callie has gotten herself in trouble just because of not confronting these truths. And so I'm glad that she's starting to do that. And I think that that's something that Judge Wilson really likes about Callie.
I agree. I feel because you can just tell Ben and Rebecca always trying to one up each other. I feel like she's like, I don't have the time. Here it is. Take me or leave me. There we go.
Yeah.
I laid it all out, and now I feel like my spirit is good.
If she wouldn't have done that, less than a minute later, Ben would have blew the whole thing up, and it would have just been awful because then it would look like she was hiding something. And obviously, with your character coming into the apartment and kind of coming into their space, that complicated it even more to where it was like, okay, we have to make a decision about this. We have to tell the judge about this, because if something like that were to happen again and then, it comes to the light, it would be pretty bad. And I feel like your character, Sandra, probably knew what was happening. Not like after the fact when everyone kind of freaked out, she knew like, oh, okay, I shouldn't have come unannounced.
Oh, well, yeah, just the awkwardness of it all. But I was just thinking, I was just wondering, do you think that Callie should even take herself off the case?
Ooh.
Like voluntarily?
I don't think at this point, honestly, because I think she's doing a good job sort of trying to remain friends with Malika without discussing all of the nitty gritty about the case.
But it's really awkward.
It is very awkward,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's such an important issue, and if Rebecca or Ben were to kind of step in, they would not have nearly the same intentions as Callie, and because Callie does want to help the situation, does want to help bring that other perspective that could work out more in Jamal and Jamal's family's favor. So I think that Malika understands too. It's hard to not have her friend there, but it's for the greater good.
I also feel like if she now tried to pull out, Judge Wilson will just keep her on it also because now she knows the skeleton in his closet.
Yeah.
So...
Sounds like politics.
I mean,
it's starting to get kind of dirty. I got you.
Yeah. Right, I won't tell if you won't tell, because obviously the son is kind of maybe going to be a conflict of interest. And, he's like, please do not tell the other people, because we don't want the others to know. And she's like, well, I already told the other two that I saw your son, but that's it. So... Yeah,
and I like that she was honest about that too, because she very easily could have been like, oh yeah, I definitely won't tell, they don't know anything. And the fact that she just got it out in the open right away, I'm like, good for you.
I'm like, you might as well at that point, you already was honest about Malika and knowing the mom, you might as well just be like,
lay it all out there.
Yeah.
They know about your son, they don't know anything else.
I think it's a better message to try to be honest, even though it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, because it would be a great thing for more of us to be able to, take the hard, honest road and be the better person.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's initially harder, but then after you do, it's just so much
It's like you said, you
easier.
can
It's
sleep
like,
at night.
You don't have to worry about, what if someone finds this out? What if someone finds
Also, there's way too much at stake, because it's not about Callie or it's about, justice for Jamal Thompson. And and to create a monkey wrench in that would not really serve justice.
Absolutely.
And I feel like because we're like a social media smorgasbord, it's so much easier to just have our lives seem like this so fabulous when most of the time it's not. And so
What's your mind?
I'm just saying most of the time it's not. But just being complete.
I love. You know what I want to post? I want to post I'm doing laundry.
There you go.
Hey.
Again, second time this week.
I mean, for me, I am corny. I'm blunt. And I feel like I don't have anything to hide from nobody because most of the time nobody else is gonna be a better person for me than myself.
That's
Why am I trying
so
to impress
Absolutely.
people who I probably won't know in 5 years? And when you think of it that way, your shoulders are lifted. You feel so much weight lifted because you can just realize doing what's easy is good for maybe 5 seconds. But when you realize doing what's hard is right and good for your spirit,
Absolutely. You have
you're
to
a better person because of it.
live a principled life. I mean, if you don't have principles, what do you have?
Yeah.
So true.
Go from one fanciful idea to the next. I mean, you don't have any way to. You have to have something that grounds you, that makes you who you are.
Otherwise, it's meaningless.
It's completely meaningless. So, I mean, I love that Callie stood up to say that, because she wants this job. She wants to do great. And it says a lot about who she's becoming as a woman.
Absolutely.
It says a lot about Ben, too.
Oh, you think he's bad because he was going to out her? Is that what you're saying?
Because either you're gonna out her because you want to figure out what she has on the judge, and now you don't have your answer. So you could either just let dogs lie and let it be, or just discovering an answer. It's almost like just ignorant bliss. Like, why can't you just have the theory in your head, be the theory in your head, and keep on pushing it and figure out how you can get into the judge's good grace instead of worry about what I'm doing.
Right. That's true. But some really good way that you guys can get into our grace is we have something to tell you. We have a lot of fun things happening at AfterBuzz right now, and we want you guys a part of it. So Taylor, let us know what's going on.
So before we move into our next topic, we just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating.
Not 4.
Not 4.
Five.
You can't even press the 4. It doesn't work.
Right.
There's no 4?
No. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. We all love reading what you have to say and discussing with you guys at home. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. So don't forget to tell your friends and keep on enjoying our shows.
Yes, we love interacting with you guys, and we love that you love the show as much as we do, because it's like...
It's a really good show.
Yeah.
So, such a good show.
Did that sound bad? Because
No.
because I mean, I really enjoy the show.
Yeah.
I watch it with my daughter. We really love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
How old is your daughter?
such a
She's 14.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Okay, this is
Okay,
like
no
perfect.
judgment. No judgment. Okay.
No, that's a
Judgment.
perfect
Has she
age.
seen Lincoln Heights?
No, we haven't seen. She hasn't seen Lincoln Heights because, well, I don't tend to like to watch myself
Okay.
really that much. And they were so young when I was doing Lincoln Heights at nobody paid, and they wanted to watch it. And they got a little older, and I was like, no. But but now that I watch a lot of stuff with my daughter, and I really wanted her to see this show because I love these two young women starting their lives and all the craziness, and I like the way that it was really confronting, so many issues, and I wanted her to see it in a format where it was all explained. It's not just sensational about because some things can be just sensational about sex or even sensational about violence without putting it in context or showing that your actions have consequences. So I love the fact that it's a very kind of really well thought out show, and I thought it was, and so since I have no control over what she watches, I thought, please watch this show.
Yeah.
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 I love that. That's so true that you kind of put it in that perspective. There is a lot of that stuff that's going on in it, but it really does put it with the pros and the cons, and okay, well, cause and react.
Shows consequences
Right.
of everything.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely. And the last storyline I wanted to touch on before we move to the next segment is Gael's sister Jasmine came back in this episode, and she needs a lawyer, right, to help her because she has had a felony, which makes it harder for her to change her gender on her driver's license and birth certificate, right?
Yes.
Yes. So it would have been easier if she didn't have the felony.
Yes.
But unfortunately it didn't work out like that, and so she's needing to the system that we have is broken, and so she's needing help to kind of to be able to even get a job. She can't keep a job. She's not able to.
Wow.
It's just it's really sad that she can't even, people can't mind their business and she can't even just do her job. She obviously did a great job at the party, and she meets this guy named Zeke, which was
Who's
interesting.
so hot. Yes, Lord.
And it was
so cute.
it was really sweet how he didn't care, that
Yes.
she was trans. She was very upfront and was like, hey, just want you to know.
And I'm glad they didn't take it that route because, of course, violence against trans characters, that is something that happens all of the time. But I thought it was refreshing, the fact that we did have someone who was like, okay, I still want to take you out. And we went sort of a little bit subtler route, having the guy not want to hire her for the party. Because I think this could have really spiraled out and gotten very violent, which, again, those stories are important, but it's nice to not see a trans character, just get abused, physically abused on screen, because we have so much of that, unfortunately.
Right. I love how Zeke was more of a positive character, because we've seen it before where it's someone hits on a trans person and then
they find out.
and then it's all mean and hateful.
Negative and
Yeah. So the fact that he was I still
you
wanna
tricked
take
me,
out.
you did
Right.
something to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
there's something wrong with me.
Right.
I mean, maybe the thing could be you're just a terrible person. That's an option as well.
Yeah.
I did like that, and I love the fact that Gael is seeing it, because he's hearing it from his sister and not really understanding. But now he's getting a front row seat to it, and now he can understand exactly what she's dealing with. It's not even just about her reaction to things. Like, it seriously is what's happening to me. Yeah. I can be very calm about the situation, but it doesn't matter how calm I am, I'm still going to lose my job.
Right.
Because once they found out,
Right.
that's a wrap, kid.
Yeah, but they're going to be taking action to sue the catering company because it was not fair, and she has rights, especially now that she's in California. There's rights where she can't just be like fired or like taken. They just like dismissed her.
That's discrimination.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I love how this show really touches on discrimination on all levels in different situations.
I love it too.
Yeah. Very important. And
Because it's all happening.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And what she said in a couple episodes ago, it's okay if you're like an LGB, but when you're at the T and the Q, it's a whole wrap. It's a whole different conversation. Like, oh, we're just on the side over here. Like, we're not kind of even a part of it anymore. And that actually is really sad.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I think even in the LGBTQ plus community, there is a lot of people who, you know, are, like you said, the L, the G, or the B, who are not even as accepting as of trans people, which is like, it's all or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you're supportive of everyone, or you're not. You're not supporting anyone.
Because you fought for your rights.
Exactly.
And you won, so why wouldn't you fight for somebody else fighting for their right?
Yeah.
It's counterproductive.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Preach. Look at you go. You're on a roll.
You're having these
I'm
conversations.
trying, you know.
Good trouble.
I told you,
Right.
I told you I'm still here. My voice might not be, but you know I'm still here.
She's still
That's
here. That's right.
absolutely right.
And then lastly, Gael sees Jamie, which has been working very closely with Callie. They obviously have a past. He sees them kiss. So that throws another wrench into it because it's like, obviously they're seeing other people. They're able to do that. But every time the other sees the other interact with their other partner, it's tense and it's weird because they really, I feel like, want more from each other than just
And
sex.
they don't say it. They do that whole subtlety roundabout thing. Oh, we're kind of communicating, but we're not actually communicating. And I think I told you when we were out there, I'm like, you have no cause to complain. You came out the pool with Brian, so she's due for it. Okay.
I feel like at the end of the show, this is going to be like a love octagon or something. Because it's not even a triangle. We're in a rectangle now.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, we were even a little bit pentagon because Mariana, you know, liked Gail for a second. This is going to be an octagon or something. I'm
Absolutely.
convinced.
It's got to be. It's insane. But I
She
did
was
want
like,
to.
I'm just enjoying it.
I can't say anything.
I'm
I
excited.
can't say stuff.
I know. I feel you. You can't get in trouble. I get it.
No, it's so interesting because it's so interesting. People are like, oh yeah, date other people. Like, who's she kissing? You know, it's always so interesting to me. Like, you know, make up your mind. What do you want to do?
Right.
Do you want?
No, and then when he was like, I don't know if I'm going to tell my parents if I'm bisexual unless I bring somebody home. And so if I'm Callie, I'm just like, okay, so you're talking about bringing me home or bringing Brian home? What are we
Right.
doing
It's
here?
a lot of confusion.
Because I'm totally fine with you being bisexual. It doesn't matter. But like it doesn't matter if you pick who you pick. Just tell your parents. Because at the end of the day, you're going to bring somebody home. Whether it's a guy or a girl, it really doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah.
It's kind of a moot point.
It's
It's a little early to be bringing somebody home until you make a decision,
True.
perhaps.
But, I mean, I'm just
like you
saying-
would just want to bring a different person home each weekend.
Right.
So just kind of try them out. Like, okay, so this round, we're going to, everybody, let's see how you interact with mom and dad. Okay, Christmas with you would suck. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then next week, bring somebody else. And that way you can get a full view.
Right.
Everyone wishes they could do that, though,
You
right?
should do that. Like, it's called getting to know you.
Right.
We have a new reality show we are pitching.
That actually,
Perfect.
I mean, isn't that almost like X on the Beach?
It's actually the Bachelor.
Right.
Because that's what they do.
Wait a
On
second.
The Bachelor is they bring home the top four to with the whole
Yeah,
the hometown date. That's what I'm saying. You got to bring them all home, see which one really fits. Because look, marriage is a big deal. Okay, you know, and family's a part of it. I'm just saying.
I agree.
It's like a speed round where it's just like take someone home each
like so
holiday.
speed dating, hometown dates. I
There
like
you go.
it.
Hometown
Love
dates,
it.
but you don't have to go fast. Take your time.
That's right.
It's a big decision.
It is.
That is true.
Yeah. Obviously, I do want to move on to our other segments. We're going to touch on really quick Davia and Dennis, their interaction. Dennis is obviously getting a divorce with his wife.
Is he?
we think.
Don't they always say that?
That's true.
I mean, this goes on for years. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Personal commentary. I'm leaving her. When, Bobby?
Right. Yeah, and then with Davia, it's the same issue. She's dating a married man, and Dennis, obviously had cheated on his wife. I feel like they had some conflict. Now they're kind of bonding and patching things up. They sing a little song together. I think it's true love. It's gonna happen.
I love her with the hometown guy. That's just me, though.
Oh,
really? The married man?
I know, but have y'all not seen that episode? Am I ahead? I don't know if I'm ahead of the game or not.
All we know right now is that.
Have you seen him? Have you seen them together?
yes.
Yeah, I mean they're cute, but at the same time, it's like
I just love them together.
I just don't think
I
he
get that
respects
he's
her.
married, but I thought they really cared for each other. What am I saying?
the scandal.
I kind of agree. Only because you want her to come back home, but oh yeah, you still have your wife, so either you need to make a decision. But this is my thing for Davia.
Another indecisive person.
True.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want? I want this. I want that.
You want all of it.
But this is like for Davia. This is even somebody said in the comments last week, but it's also by a scholar because my favorite quotes. We accept the love we think we deserve.
Yeah.
And by doing that, because I think she's still trying to figure out who she is as a person, and because she hasn't figured it out, she doesn't feel like she deserves better than Jeff.
I 100% agree. That's exactly my
That's
theory
one way to
too.
look at it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, though, because she did say, like, when they had the crazy coterie party, not the dinner party,
Right.
the wild party rock in the house party.
Right.
Like how
Where she was talking to the trollers.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I think that there is, like, she hides it with confidence, but there is obviously some element of, like,
Insecurity.
yes, insecurity, and I feel like being like always going back to the hometown guy is just sort of like a symptom of that in a way.
And a safety net.
Yeah.
Well, it's comfortable. It's comfortable, it's easy, and sometimes, when you to let something go and she doesn't really have anything to really replace it with, it's almost like holding on to a fantasy is better than having it's sort of accepting that there's nothing. Just saying. No, it's a very popular thing because you can build that up in your mind all day long as opposed to dealing with your reality. But it's a better choice to deal with your reality because then that's the only way you move forward.
Yeah.
You're right. Wisdom.
But it's a TV show, so
that mic.
ain't gonna be no moving forward.
Right.
It's called drama.
That's right.
Drama.
Constant turmoil.
Turmoil, torture,
Absolutely.
torture.
Well, I want to get into our segment, This Girl is Dope. Obviously, Mariana kind of paid tribute to a girl she thought was dope, Margaret Hamilton.
Yes.
But tell us who you've chosen for this week.
Yes, this week. So this is she's pretty dope in both the politics and the tech world. I feel like those tend to overlap in
yeah.
ways. So her name is Shannon Keith. She's the entrepreneur, founder of a company called Sudara, which, fun fact, Sudara is a name inspired by the Sanskrit word meaning beautiful. And so basically this company sells really high quality robes and pants, but it's made by women in India, and it was established to provide training and jobs and thus economic independence for survivors of human trafficking and like the sex trade and everything like that. So she's trying to empower these women through being entrepreneurs and, having this financial independence through these really cool products.
That's incredible.
Yeah, Shannon Keith.
That's amazing.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That is really awesome. What was her name again?
Shannon Keith.
Oh, that's awesome.
The products are awesome. You should seriously, this is not even a plug for Sudara. We're not getting paid by them, but their products are beautiful.
I'm gonna
They're
check it out.
lots
Really?
of, printed patterns and
neat.
Yeah, so
I like the name
I want
Sudara.
some. Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Very
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Chae, I think it's time that we get into some trouble with our fun game of Have You Been Good or Trouble. We have these amazing paddles for those of you who are listening to us on iTunes. One side says good, one side says
This
trouble.
is like it's too much like Truth or Dare.
It is. I know.
Just like I don't know, man. I don't know. We just
I
mad.
legit would like to make some Truth or Dare panels. That'd be a fun game for
Yep.
Season
house
2,
parties.
guys.
Oh my goodness.
I
Okay.
like that. We're going to play this game, so Chae, take it away. What are we going to be voting on?
So we're gonna have two things to vote on. The first thing we're gonna vote on is Jamie. Jamie vying for Callie's affection. Is it gonna be good for Callie and Gael's relationship or trouble? Or who are we rooting for at this point?
Okay.
Well, I guess is the
That was a
question
two-part question.
Yeah.
That's not really a good. Is it good for Callie?
Is it good for Callie or trouble
Or is
for
it trouble
Callie?
for Callie?
For having Jamie also throwing his hat into the ring.
Okay. I
Okay.
see what you're saying.
Trouble.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
so
Ah.
Audio
Taylor.
listeners, we have 3 goods and 1 trouble.
Okay, Taylor, tell us why you think
No, I'm
it's
in the
good.
middle.
I think that I think that it is going to be tough for her, but I think that maybe this is going to sort of speed along the process of her and Gael figuring their stuff out, because he's maybe gonna get a little jealous, and maybe that's gonna be what finally sends them to have this much needed conversation.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
I think Callie is a single woman and she's dating, and there's no reason to not experience, and see what Jamie could offer, or what it would be like, to have him as a person as opposed to Gael, because obviously Gael's not really 100% available.
That's made
Great
that's
point.
made
Yeah.
very clear. That's very true.
He's, no, not that available.
I did between Good and Trouble only because there are good aspects for her dating Jamie and having that side, because you need to figure out what you want as well, because I think also she's more waiting on what Gael wants and not figuring out what Callie wants
Exactly.
in a relationship. So the fact that he's throwing his hat in the ring is awesome. It's trouble because I don't know if that's gonna make Gael more determined, or it's gonna make Brian even more determined to keep, fighting for Gael and have him be picked, have him win.
I feel like with Brian, it's like a game. He's like, well, I'm better than her, right? Like, I'm who you would choose. He's very like possessive right now, and that's going to be interesting to see what happens. I chose trouble because I think that Jamie getting involved with Callie is going to be good at first because he's helping her with her cases and getting advice from her, or getting advice from him. And then, obviously now they're working together to try to bring justice to Jasmine. But I feel like the moment that he catches Callie with Gael again, or, if Callie chooses Gael, I feel like he's going to get mad, and it's going to mess up their work relationship, and it's going to leave one of the people that, they're trying to defend short.
So
if that makes
so
sense.
this is about the team thing. Don't.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's exactly what you were
Team
saying.
thing, right?
Yeah.
'Cause he's on the work team. It's down bueno.
If they were on another team, maybe.
Right, another team. If not working together, of course, I don't know how you're meeting these people except at work or at the house.
I know. I don't go anywhere else, so.
And one more before we get out of here.
Okay.
Mariana is assembling the women of Speculate. Is it gonna run smoothly, like good, or is it, gonna falter and be trouble? Because now we're just pitting the guys against the girls in a way.
Okay. For those of you who are listening on our podcast, I chose good.
I chose good. Chae.
Ooh, Nicki chose trouble.
I chose trouble, but I have reasons.
Okay.
I have reasons for good as well, so we'll debate this.
Okay.
Because this is good trouble, I think there is going to be some bumps in the road, and maybe, some issues that arise. I don't know, some weird loopholes that people see, and, oh, this isn't right somehow. I think there's going to be some of those. But I think at the end of the day, in the long game, in the long term, it's going to be awesome. And I think she and Casey are going to get closer from that, and they're going to assemble some other women and just be able to, be strong and be a team together.
Very good.
Trouble.
Oh, only trouble because it's just going to be hard.
Right.
It's going to be hard. You're going up against status quo, and you're trying to do something great and awesome. It's just going to be challenging. And it'll be really interesting to see what the challenges are and who sticks with it.
Sometimes things that start off trouble end up paying off and being good.
The intent,
Let me say it backwards.
the goal is good and great. It'll just be hard to get there.
Absolutely.
But I mean, that's just the way it is.
That's how it is.
That's life in America,
Yeah, that's right.
I do agree there's definitely going to be bumps in the road, because it's not even just about women. It's also going to be about the women who are of color and Speculate too. And that's gonna I feel like that's also going to be an issue that's going to arise for them. But you're right, the goal is good. So I'm just hoping that they keep their mind on the goal and not so much on selfishness. Because this is not a time for selfishness.
It's not even really selfishness. I mean, you're talking about breaking a whole paradigm shift in the way people think. I mean, the pay scale about how women of color get paid, black women, Latino women. I mean, this is a huge thing to shake up. It's all good, but nothing but trouble. Because you'll be labeled a troublemaker.
Right. I chose good just because I agree with the cause, but I also think that now that she and Evan are kind of, talking a little bit and kind of they have like this semi relationship where they kind of understand each other a little bit. At least Mariana's trying to understand him, and I feel like he's kind of starting to open up to her. I feel like some of the other high up employees are going to get upset at her, but I feel like in the long run he will hopefully understand her and help her work through this, and I don't think she's going to get fired from it. So I think that in the long run it's going to be good, and I think it's going to bring change to the company, because obviously the company is kind of
shaky.
So, what's really interesting is that, with Callie confronting, admitting what she did to the judge, and Mariana kind of going on this journey, getting the women together, both of them are kind of really growing and stepping out and really standing apart, to really taking, sort of the path less chosen to really stand for something. So it's really interesting to watch these women do this.
For sure.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's quickly get into predictions.
Oh, predictions. Oh.
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Predictions.
What do you think is going to happen next?
Okay, so I personally think that was good.
I was
ASMR.
talking about the promo, right?
I think that Dennis and Davia are going to end up discovering that they may have a lot in common and that they might see something between them eventually if they can work through what they've got going on right now. And he likes younger women, and she is younger than him. So, I mean, that kind of... It's a little bit more suitable for his age. I feel like she's older than some of the girls he's been bringing home. But that's my prediction.
It's girls' night out, so I'm ready for some stuff. And Mariana, I'm with you. I'm just gonna do this.
All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Obviously,
I took a sip of my drink.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
for
so
those
curious.
who
I'm
listen.
so curious what that is about.
was that
I'm
about?
excited though. I feel like that's
Yes,
pretty
Lord.
unexplored territory for the Fosters in Good Trouble, and perhaps even Freeform. So I'm ready to see what
okay.
that's all about.
All right.
I also think obviously we can't get into every single character, like dive deep to them every week. So I'm super, super excited to see more of Alice and Malika, because we didn't really get a lot of them this week, and I am loving both of their storylines. So I think next week maybe we'll switch gears a little bit and discover more about them.
There's a lot.
She's like, I can't say it.
I was just really upset about the whole wedding thing and
Oh, Alice, Sumi
and
Oh my
cake
gosh,
and
I
the birthday
know.
night. I was just upset about that.
I
Sorry.
agree.
I hope that we get back to that. I hope that they
Oh, no.
they show more of that.
I hope Alice
Yeah, I'm pretty
stands
sure.
up for herself.
Oh, I know.
I really
Absolutely.
do.
Alice is so great. She's one of my favorite characters.
She's so
one of my
funny,
favorite
yeah.
characters, yeah.
And obviously, I want to see more of your character, and I want to see what's going to happen with the case. That's a
Oh yeah,
very
it's ever evolving.
yeah. I'm hoping that we get more in this next episode with what's going on. I know we have the whole threesome extravaganza going on, but I hope that we get
Right.
I hope we get more of the
Right.
Thompson case. I hope we see more of it. But thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, definitely.
We had the best time.
It was my pleasure to come.
And you're so talented, and we can't wait to see what's happening next. And where can everyone find you on social media?
Oh, I am at Nicki Micheaux on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.
All right.
Perfect. You guys can find me on Twitter at Alphaba_, and on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_.
You guys can find me at Real Chae Jones on Twitter and Instagram. Black Monday on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. And shout out to the guys in the chat. You guys are awesome. Jazzy Jones, Allie, Miller, Peyton, Sarah, I see you all.
All right.
I just had to get that out there. I
Yeah.
can't talk, so yeah, that's also why. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you guys so much
We're
for
doing shout outs.
We're doing shout outs.
Shout out.
Shout out to my mom.
My people in Detroit
Yeah.
and Houston, what's up? I hope it's warm in Chicago.
I love that. All right, guys, and you can find
Oh
me
my gosh,
on
yes.
Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T. Jones. We have another special guest next week, so you
All right.
make sure to tune in next week at Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, only on AfterBuzz TV.
Thank you for having
Bye,
me.
guys.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.